The following program is sponsored by the Today's Home Remodeler television network.
Welcome to Today's Home Remodeler. I'm Stuart Keith, and on today's show, we'll look at some maintenance-free exterior products for your home.
We'll begin by meeting with Andy Lindus from Season Guard Windows and Siding as he talks about new siding preparation for a 20-year-old home. Next, we'll check out the fabrication process for seamless steel siding and also see how it's professionally installed. And finally, we'll visit a green home being rebuilt near downtown Minneapolis and learn why these homeowners chose a metal roof to meet their needs.
So we have a lot to cover today, and we'll get started after these messages.
Most homeowners will agree that they like the look of wood, but they don't always have time to maintain it. In this remodeling project, paint on some wood siding areas was lasting only a year, and the homeowners were looking for some options. So let's catch up with Andy Lindus from Season Guard Windows and Siding to see what they selected.
What we have here is a home that's about 20 years old. They originally called us out because they're having some water intrusion problems, wanted to take a look at one of our gutter systems and asking a few questions along the way. Turns out they've been painting the house a lot, and we ended up giving an estimate for putting some steel siding on. They decided to do it and make this a completely maintenance-free exterior of their home.
So it seems to me that maintenance freedom was at the top of their list, along with helping them with that water intrusion problem. Now, I look at a house like this and it just blows my mind that there aren't gutters on it. How are you going to help them solve with that?
First and foremost, we're going to rewrap everything in steel. If all the wood gets turned to steel on the house, the brick is going to stay, and then we're going to put the leaf guard gutter system on, downspout out the edges, get that water away from the house so you don't have to worry about it running down your brick or getting behind your soffit fascia, causing rot problems, mold problems, things we've seen on numerous projects.
Oh, sure, and that's the key, is keeping that water, that rain, that snow melt away from the house. Absolutely. Now, as I look at this, it's a very attractive home, and I always like wood on a house from the aesthetic standpoint, but look at that. What'd you say? About a year ago they painted that, and it's already fading, cracking. I understand what they want to do with wood, but you have to ask yourself the question, is it worth it? What did they opt for here again?
First and foremost, removed all their exterior siding. We left the cedar corner posts, like you see here. Those are just going to get wrapped in our steel. We have our steel specially embossed. By embossed, they actually imprint it to make it look like wood grain. The difference is you'll never have to paint it again. And you talk about wood. I love the look of wood too, but the problem with wood is the first year you love it, second year it's okay. By the third time painting it, you want to hate it and rip it off your house when all you had to do was originally put on a maintenance-free product like the Hardy we've talked about before, or our steel product, and you never have to worry about it again. You'll love it from day 1 to day 2000 the same.
Now, as we've talked on several shows before, preparation is the key to a successful project. What have you done in this case?
You said it right there. This is where you make sure that you're actually making the house watertight. It's all in the underlayment. This is something that we brought to the building inspectors in the Twin Cities that wasn't code yet, but it is now. We can use it. It's called the Z-flashing. We use a fan fold foam, which is getting to be quite common with a lot of contractors now, but a lot of times you'll see that red tape on these seams. The problem with that red tape is it starts to lose its adherence after a while, so when that starts to peel loose, then you're allowing water to get in there. What this is just your ordinary house wrap, and actually goes in and goes underneath. The next sheet goes up 8 inches. So in order for water to get to the actual sheeting of the house, it's going to have to come down, get through this crack, travel up 8 inches, and then it'll be there. And you know, gravity, that's impossible.
Yeah, that's not going to happen no matter how strong a wind you have. It might make it through the siding. That's even tough to do, but if it does, obviously with this system, it's not going to happen. Tell me a little bit more about this fan folding. I'm not too familiar with it.
You know, yeah, everybody's seen like, regular 4x8 sheet of foam go on houses before. The fan fold, it actually allows you to go the whole span of the wall in 4-foot sections without having any seams. And you and I have talked before, anytime you can eliminate seams, you do that because a seam is just a chance for water to get in.
Boy, that makes sense to me. Now what's the R value with this product?
This is actually going to be an R4.
Okay, so there's an insulation value, that's good for energy efficiency, but also minimal air and water infiltration.
Absolutely. You know, everybody's been in these homes 20 years older and they feel that draft coming through. Put on this fan fold foam with our Z flashing, you're not going to feel that air anymore, and you're never ever going to be able to allow water to get between the house and the underlayment.
Stay tuned. We'll check out the fabrication process for seamless steel siding and see how it's professionally installed when we continue with today's Home Remodeler.